Today we're going to talk about 5 things landscape photographers should do going into 2021. So let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing great. So 2020 was a crazy year for everyone in the world, but especially for landscape photographers, because we weren't able to go out, to travel and to take pictures so much. So now that we're in 2021, hopefully all this pandemic situation is gonna get better, but we're still in that situation where we cannot go freely out and do what we like to do. So many people, including myself, many photographers feel maybe a little bit depressed, a little bit in a photography rut. So I'm here to tell you there are many things that we can do at home or just locally to keep the sparkle alive and to improve our photography even during these crazy times. Alright, so tip number 1 is going to be shoot locally. And this is really important. We all love iconic places and iconic photography locations, but chances are you cannot visit them now. So what you can do is go near your house, just take a walk with your camera and shoot what you have. So for example, I wanted to visit Hokkaido this winter because I think it's the best winter minimalist landscape that you can find here in Japan, but it wasn't possible for me. So what I did is I spent so many days and so many hours shooting images here at the beach. And I have to tell you, I got some really nice images. So if you're anything like me and you shoot minimalist photography, many times you don't need those big vistas and super iconic places. You can focus on really simple details in the landscape that you have next to you. And this might be hard at the beginning, but it's really gonna help you improve your photography while you're stuck at home. Alright, so on to tip number 2, which is look back at your old photography. And this is so important, and we always forget about that. So on a normal year, we travel so much, shoot after shoot, we always try to find something new, and often we don't go back to our old images. But that's so important, because looking at your old images is going to help you understand how your photography improved in this, 1 year, 2 years. You can go back, re-edit old images with new knowledge, new editing skills, and the results are usually very, very different, or even just with a different mindset that you had when you originally edited that image. And also you can find locations that you shot in the past that you want to revisit in a new way, because our photography is not always the same, it changes all the time. So I think that going back to your old images and see what works, see what doesn't work, and try to improve your new photography, it's really, really important, and it's really gonna help you grow in the way you take images. Alright, tip number 3 is start a long-term project. I cannot stress enough how important this is. And as photographers, we never do that. At least I know I never do that. I always try to find the next image, the next location, the next place that I want to shoot. And oftentimes I don't stop thinking about what's the message behind my own images, and I'm pretty sure many people have the same problem, the same issue. So I think now it's a good time to actually stop taking pictures and actually focus on the message behind our own images. And a really good way to find that message is by starting a long-term project. And when I say long-term project, it doesn't mean that you have to go out and shoot many new images. You can always go back to your old images, find a common point of interest, something that they have in common, and use that to explain what your photography is about, what is the message that you're going to give to the people viewing the pictures. So I'm gonna say that again. Start a long-term project. Start it now. It doesn't have to be a year-long project. It can be a 3 months, it can be a month, it can even be a week. But do it now. Alright, tip number 4, which is pick up a new technique. So we're stuck home basically now, and you cannot do landscape photography, but you can still do photography. There are many types of photography that you can do. If you're home, you can do macro photography, for example. You can take portraits of your family and friends. And even if you cannot shoot anything, you can always learn new things. You can learn new techniques. You can go online, just go on YouTube and you search for any kind of technique, and you're gonna get hundreds and hundreds of videos telling you how to do stuff. Just study new ways to edit your images, study something about video, study something about color theory, composition. Everything new that you're gonna pick up is gonna help you. Personally, at the moment I'm experimenting with ICM photography, and I'm mixing that up with multiple exposure photography. So I get some weird results sometimes, but it's something new, and that gets me really excited. So anything new that you pick up and you learn is gonna make you excited about photography again, like when you started off. And that's a great thing to actually improve your landscape photography and your photography in general. So always try new things. Alright, on to tip number 5, which is print your own work. And this is so important, especially now when everything is digital and we take so many images all the time. But all those images, no matter how good they are, we keep them in hard drives, we keep them in our Lightroom catalog, we keep them on Instagram. And you don't have a real relationship with those images because they're just, data in the internet. So when you print your own images for the first time, you give those images a new life. You make them real for the first time because they were data, and all of a sudden they are actual paper, they are ink, they are something that you can touch, something that you can show people, something that you can hang up on your wall. And that's so important. It changes your relationship with your own images. It makes you a better photographer, and it makes you understand much better photography in general, and especially what you want to say with your photography. So maybe you're in lockdown, you cannot do it yourself, but you can always use a lab. So there's no excuse. Print. Alright, so these were my 5 tips, my 5 ideas of things that I think photographers should do going into 2021. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think people should do going into 2021. Let me know what you're actually doing. I'm really interested in hearing your opinion. I hope you found this video useful in some way. If you did, please give it a like, as it really helps the channel. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.